All right, we're out at a rental property that Jason Davila, his father and a buddy of his own, and we're looking to do some work here on the property. Pretty substantial overhaul. It'll be all exterior siding and windows. Right now there's an aluminum siding on there now. It doesn't appear to be anything beneath it but OSB. In various places, you can tell just over years that it's probably been on there at least 20-30 years. In various places there's been rot and holes cut out, so I'm imagining some of that OSB beneath the aluminum is going to have to be torn off, if for no other reason, just the conductivity of that aluminum, just transferring all that energy, the heat, the cold, trapping in the moisture behind it. I'm imagining most of that OSB beneath the aluminum is going to have to be torn off as well, so kind of anticipating that. Also looking at doing the windows. Excuse me, the windows you can see up top there, those are going to be closed in, these first two with the bottoms kind of closed in. So that will be entirely sided over. Those windows will be taken out, and we'll side over that, frame it as necessary, sheathe it, and then put the hardy on the exterior. You can see up here we'd be looking at the whole rot from basically that exhaust pipe all the way over. Is just completely rotten. So basically part of this work would be a fascia replacement, not an overlay. It's a 3/4 inch fascia, so a great candidate for doing a fascia replacement. We've got all the rafter tails right there to nail into, and then a soffit replacement as well. So both of those will be components of the project. Probably based on a lot of this is going to be a soffit tear off. And where we can use a nail over, but I'm imagining a lot of it, the soffit's not in very good condition. As we come over here to this side, there is access to all four sides. It's pretty tight on this side. As you can see here, that might be probably gonna have to do some scaffolding over here because there's no way to get a ladder based on how close this gate is. You can see down there. So based on how close this privacy fence is to the height of the wall, probably gonna need some scaffolding over here to accomplish this safely. All these other windows, these are the two that are being covered over and closed in. We will not be responsible for any interior work there. It's just the exterior. All these other windows we would be replacing. And there you can see there's just a spot where probably there was a leak or something. We needed to get in there to have access, and we just, they just cut into the siding. So little things like that. There's going to be rot beneath this aluminum to some degree, as we can expect. So that's kind of what that looks like over there. All the other windows would be replaced with like kind. So picture windows, gliding windows, wherever that happens to be, that would be the style of window we would replace it with. But we talked again about aluminum. You can see just the dings, the dents, and the conductivity is a huge problem, and why vinyl really isn't, why aluminum really isn't a viable option anymore with the entrance of, alternate materials such as hardy plank. All this siding underneath the front entryways. There's 4 units, I guess 3.5 units in here. So this would all be included. The porch ceiling, it's a beadboard porch ceiling. I really don't see any need to get rid of it, just paint it. So that could kind of be a cost-saving measure there, and still have a lot of the traditional look with this really nice beadboard porch ceiling. Lattice, again, totally up to y'all what you want to do there, but we can keep it, get rid of it, whatever. But either way, if we keep it, we'll just paint it up and make sure that it's looking better than it does now. All these areas here with the columns, those would all be siding as well. And on the corner, out the exterior corner over there, that would be siding as well. So all this would be included in our proposal for the hardy plank. Coming over here to the right side, it's just basically a big square. There's some, in addition, in the back where the bathrooms, it looks like, are. But there's the side chimney, obviously all the way up is brick, so we don't have to do anything with that. Shutters, we're probably not sure on the shutters yet. I definitely recommend keeping them on the front on this side. Once the trim is around the windows, excuse me, I really don't think you'll need the shutters. I think it would be a much cleaner look to get rid of the shutters and just have the nice hardy trim, do a contrast color. I think that would look really nice. Another thing we might want to consider is painting this brick. If Jason, like y'all told me you were looking to do, is do just a major overhaul and make it look really nice, and maybe try to to up things here a little bit, that might be something we consider, is painting the brick to match with with the rest of the house. So that's what this all looks like. A lot of these units have like a wall unit, an AC unit, so we'll have to be considerate of that, and when we do the reinstallation, we'll have to account for that in terms of putting all those window units back into the openings. We could look at, again, Jason, I don't know how far y'all want to go. We could look at an alternate solution for those window units as far as putting them into a wall. I know that's more expensive, more money on a property that you don't live in, so I'm not guessing that's going to be a favorable idea or option. But just for when we get together at the showroom, something you might want to consider is something else. If not, we just do what we do and kind of replicate what we have now, where the units fit right into the openings. So here, it looks like these are all showers or restrooms. So here, you can see there's been some rot, probably just from the moisture of the bathrooms, maybe some leaking from the shower pans or something, but the siding over here clearly has some water damage. Not sure if it's exterior or from the inside out, but you can see around the window even, it looks like there's a shower right there around that window. Everything down here is rotted. So, just an area of concern here that, it's just a matter of time before the exterior sheathing breaks down and you have some real problems. But that's what you got here. Basically with the hardy, we'd come all the way down. So there's kind of a skirting line here. That would all be hardy beneath it. There's two access doors. So we would maintain those access doors. You can just see the rot, how it's all bubbling and just kind of flaking. There's one access door right here. So we'd obviously maintain the access doors so we have some access to the crawl space. Two more gliding windows back here. Again, we're going to bid on replacing all of the windows in the complex here. This is where it gets a little tricky. We have kind of a dual staircase here that ties into the house. So that is something we'll need to work around and be considerate of. So you can see back there, so this staircase kind of ties into the house, the side wall. So we'd have to basically, side around that. We're not going to obviously remove and reinstall that structure. We just basically go up to the decking and basically seal that off that way. So that's kind of what it looks like over here. Underneath the stairs, same thing. There's more siding beneath here that we'd have to capture. So all this down here. And then just a straight wall. So here's what you can see, pretty much just a duplicate where it runs up to the bottom of the deck boards up top. And then we have our door to the lower unit, and then the same exact thing upstairs. So all these doors, windows, everything will be trimmed in a hardy 1x4. Probably makes sense to paint the doors while we're at it. So all the front doors, we'd have some new paint on them. And then all this siding, of course, is included. Here's another crawl space, another access door. And then coming over here, obviously all the electrical. Smell the skunk. All these electrical would have to be pulled. So we'll account for that and make sure that, all these electrical boxes get pulled off. We side behind and then reattach. And that would all be done through our electrician. So it's all professionally done, and you don't have any concerns or worries with somebody trying to fudge their way through this. But you can see here, just like I said, just dented. Probably some patchwork had to be done because of some type of either leak or electrical issue or something inside the walls. There's another one up there if you can see it in the sun. But that's what we've got. Pretty straightforward. Definitely above average degree of difficulty and complexity. And here you can see the narrowness of this sideway walkway here. So I'm really thinking that we're going to need scaffolding. I don't think there's any way to tilt a ladder and do that safely. So this side's going to require scaffold. So that's pretty much what we got. Jason, as we talked about, we will get together back at the showroom to discuss options and go over the different lines of window and hopefully talk about a solution and how we might be able to help you out. So appreciate you having me out. Again, look forward to our next steps and sitting down and get a little bit more specific with the work you all want to see done. And I thank you for having me out today. We'll talk to you soon.